Sara loved visiting her grandma, not just for the cookies or the cozy living room, but for the stories. Stories that felt like magic. Not the kind you read in books, but the kind that changed the way you saw life itself. Grandma Fatima had lived a long life, filled with joys, trials, and lessons that only age could teach. She had seen her village change, watched her children grow into adults, and now she cherished these quiet afternoons with Sara, her youngest grandchild, full of curiosity and questions about life. Sara had always been a thinker. Even as a child, she worried about the future, compared herself to others, and sometimes felt that happiness was just out of reach. "Grandma," Sara said one day, "how do you stay so calm and happy, even when things go wrong?" Grandma Fatima smiled, a spark in her eyes. "My dear child," she said, "life is full of storms, but it's our mind that decides whether we drown or float." Sara tilted her head. "I don't understand, Grandma. How can thinking change? What happens to me?" Grandma Fatima reached over, gently holding Sara's hands. My dear, the mind is like a garden. Every thought is a seed. If we plant fear, doubt, or anger, the garden wilts. If we plant hope, faith, and gratitude, it blooms beautifully, even in the hardest seasons." Grandma Fatima leaned back, her eyes distant, remembering her youth. She spoke of days filled with uncertainty, of nights she cried silently after losing her father, of moments when the world felt heavy and hope seemed distant. "But even then," she said, "I discovered that the smallest gratitude, the simplest whisper of Alhamdulillah, could light up the darkest night." Sara listened, captivated. "How can I find that light, Grandma?" Grandma Fatima explained. "Positive thinking isn't about ignoring life's difficulties. It's about choosing hope, gratitude, and faith, even when storms rage." She told stories of neighbors, friends, and family, all who had overcome hardships, simply because their mind chose light over darkness. "Every morning," Grandma said, "I would whisper gratitude. For the pain, for the joy, for every small blessing." And slowly, the mind changes, the heart softens, and life blooms. Your mind, Sara, is like a garden. Plant thoughts of hope, patience, and faith, and even the hardest winter will blossom into spring. Sara closed her eyes and imagined it, the chaos of her worries turning into a radiant, peaceful garden. Grandma whispered, "Positive thinking doesn't mean life is easy. It means your heart is strong enough to see Allah's light, even through the darkest storms." Sara realized she could choose her mindset. She could let her mind bloom instead of wither. Years later, Sara remembered her grandma's words. When life overwhelmed her, she whispered gratitude. When despair knocked, she chose hope. When she felt weak, she trusted Allah. And every time, she discovered a strength she never knew existed. So tell me, what seed will you plant in your mind today? Hope, faith, gratitude, and let your life bloom.